let me tell you the story of the Slasher Season 1, starring Disney's Star Wars, Rey Skywalker, Palpatine. Baby, Friday the 13th.
No, baby, more like Freddy Krueger.
That's it, I'm out of here, boy. Babe, but I love you. Wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the story of Rey and how she could have been really cool if Disney wanted her to be really cool. And you see this story about Rey. Her name's not Rey. I think her name's Shara. And she's going back to her parents' house. And she's moving into her goddamn parents' house where her parents were murdered by some generic slasher who is not Jason from Friday the 13th, not Freddy Krueger, not any of those other people that you might see from those other movies about Halloween and horror. She's a knockoff of Rey Palpatine, played by Daisy, whatever her name is, Ridley. I'm not on Ritalin, but her last name is Ridley. But this story is about a girl named Sarah, and there she is. You follow her through the story of a wonderful life. And she's not all powerful like a Palpatine, like a potential daughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is the part where one of them is killed by a bunch of rats in the field and a little bit of poison. And the killer guy, he's killing other people based on the 7 deadly sins. Now the black guy, that's her wife, her husband. I can't remember anymore. And then there's this girl, and she works at the newspaper thingy with him. And so like I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, who did it? Who done it? It's a murder mystery, like Clue, a board game. And then this girl, she comes out of state, and she's on like national television, and she's like trying to figure it out. But the girl, she wanted the scoop, and she's like, "How dare you? I'm gonna be big and famous. I'm gonna go to New York." And so she sets this up, and she gets an interview with the slasher, and she's like, "This is great." And I look so good, and I'm going to Hollywood like Oatmeal wanted to. And then meanwhile, this is like the father of the slasher, who's also the priest. Spoiler, like you don't really know because you think maybe he's the killer, and there's a couple other people that you think might be the killer, or is it Ray's husband, or is it this guy? And he's like married, or not really married, to the girl who he kidnapped and stuck in his basement. The Arnold addict would never do that, by the way, but let the fake news continue. And then she takes this up because he has to get rid of her, and then he runs off. But then he's like burned alive in a goddamn coffin. And then he's talking to the killer of her parents, but then it turned out that he's actually her father. So here's Rey Palpatine finding out who her father is. It's not nobody. It's not nobody, like was the case in The Last Jedi in Star Wars, where they try to make her out to be nobody. I swear to God, you look at her face and you're like, the only thing I could think of is, this is Rey, and this is the character arc that I wanted to have, that we could have had. And she finds out that like people had all these secrets in this small little city. It's not Twin Peak, and like her parents had an affair. Like everybody's having affairs, everybody's sleeping with everybody, and the slasher guy's like, "Hey, you guys are sitting, and I'll have to like, get rid of all that." And now she looks like the Tomb Raider. And this is like near the end now, and it's almost like everybody can go on with their life because this is after the part where her father sacrificed himself for her, because the slasher, who's actually the guy behind her, the cop guy, Tom, I think, he was gonna kill her. And then they start making out, and then like he wanted to have her. And who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to have her? This is Ray Palpatine. This is Ray Skywalker. Who doesn't want to be with a girl like this? And so they're making out. They're making out. And by the way, like when he was a little boy, he killed his mother accidentally, but kind of on purpose. You know, because he was always sleepwalking and wetting the bed, and he pushed his mother down the stairs, and he covered for him all his life, and he knew what his son was doing. But he's like, oh, I love my son, and now, oh my God, my son is killing me. And so back to Ray, and then Ray wasn't happy with him, thinking that he wasn't a good guy because he was obsessed with the killer, the previous killer who killed her parents, who's also her dad. And then he started dating her back in the day, and then they got married or whatever. And then she found out about that because she found his secret blog, or not secret, but it's like secret to her. She didn't know about it. Here he is talking to him. I feel like I can't even talk anymore. And there he is. There she is. And then she was gonna take him out, but then she didn't. And I guess he dies or goes to jail, and maybe they have a trial, maybe they don't, and then they sell the house, and everything is happily ever after, and they're gonna run off and move somewhere else. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what about season 2? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Well, here it is, this girl, and she snaps the neck of the cat. Meow. You're a nice little cat. You're a nice little cat. Meow, meow. That's the end of the story for now. I apologize if I can't talk, because sometimes I say the wrong words. There might be a lot of reasons about that, but this video is not about me. So I apologize, because sometimes I'm like slurring. At least I'm alive. At least I'm alive. At least I didn't get killed by the goddamn slasher.